Take two. Very special thanks to my laptop. My laptop's a dumbass. I mean, the mic on the laptop freaking killed over within a month or so. Built in the laptop. What the fuck? And then now it's like, oh, well, you gotta make sure you plug in your mic. If you don't, it will just get static. It's like, I would have wished that I just got this because it's better sounding than that sorry piece of crap right there. But no, no. So this is the video that I already recorded, but I have to re-record it because of bullshit. But anyways, let's get started, shall we? Again, I have to explain what happened when it came to Power Rangers. So we saw that Tommy actually have a Master Morpher, right? So how did that happen, and how did Falconzord come to be? Very simple. We have to go back to Super Mega Force. I know, I know, I know. Oh my gosh, I know, I know, I know. But the good news is that Super Mega Force did a lot good than it did bad. But of course, like I did in the previous video, that is now should have been right here, right now. But frick it, we're gonna count off how many Rangers actually did get their powers back and how many actually kept their powers. Let's go for it. So Mighty Morphin, they lost their powers. Aquatar, they do have their powers, but we rarely really see them. So Zeo lost their powers, or we don't really know what happened to their powers. Turbo definitely lost their powers, or at least they didn't. Justin still has his. So basically what happened is that their power is just not good enough to beat the next person, which is of course Astronema. So that's the reason why they won't use their powers. Plus, yeah, I mean, would they really? They escaped to space without their morphers. So I Lost Galaxy, they are able to get their powers back, but they put them back in the planet. So they're able to get them at any time, but yeah, they don't have them all the time. Lightspeed Rescue, I think they actually still have theirs. Time Force still have theirs. Hopefully, I'm not skipping. If I am, Wild Force doesn't have theirs anymore. Theirs is gone. Ninja Storm, they actually lost their powers in the season, but they got them back in Dino Thunder. Just saying. But technically, I guess they lost them again. I think they kind of did. At least I know Dino Thunder, they definitely lost theirs again. Then after that is SPD. SPD still has theirs. So, yeah, we're gonna get to the point of where Syndrome Knight's a dumbass. Okay, we're building up to that, which actually we're now here because Mystic Force, they all lost their powers. Their powers are gone. Now Operation Overdrive, dumbass sword guy. I hate him so much. He's a dumbass, and it gets even worse when you realize, oh my gosh, wait a minute. Bridge, the Green Ranger turned Blue Ranger turned Red Ranger, and SPD, he has his powers anyways. So does that mean you just restored four people's powers, not five? I'm just saying. Unless you're trying to say, oh, the morphing grid doesn't work when it comes to space time and crap. It's like, oh, so you maybe mean Time Force is the only ones who are able to morph if their morphers weren't created yet. If so, then okay, well, never mind. But pretty sure that in the crossover with Dino Thunder, they were able to morph in present time. So, Sentinel Knight, you're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. But anyways, I skipped Forever Red. Forever Red, that means that everyone got their powers back that was a Red Ranger, or they already had their powers back. But some of them got their powers back. Jason got his powers back. Tommy is able to turn Zero Ranger 5 now. And let's see, anyone else that needs to be mentioned? I think that's everyone that actually needs to be mentioned because not unless TJ needed to get his redone. So basically, everyone had their morphers except for a small few, and they got theirs revived. How? I'm not sure actually. It's like, yeah, I know they got it revived, but I actually don't remember how they got their morphers revived. So then Operation Overdrive, their morphers, I think they can claim them still. They can actually claim them. Jungle Fury, not sure. I think they might have actually still had their powers. Not sure. Then after Jungle Fury, it actually was RPM. RPM, it came at a cost. At least the Red Ranger came at a cost if he morphs again, and we never saw the payoff because Saban didn't notice that. Oh yeah, if you need Scott the Red Ranger, that means that Venjax is released again, and then it's like, oh we got to deal with him again. Yeah, but they never really did. So, not to mention that the crossover pretty much sucked, anyways. I mean, that's the worst one of them all. Then we go to Megaforce. Megaforce, I think they still have theirs, but it's kind of finicky. You kind of say yes they do, and then no they don't. It's finicky. Super Megaforce, they kind of do. They kind of do. They kind of can actually still use their powers. They kind of can. And then we have Dino Charge, which no they can't. Yeah, Dino Charge, no they can't. Then we come to present day Ninja Steel. So as you can see, well technically, wait a minute. Oh frick, yeah. So Coda is the only one who actually have it, but Super Mega Force actually replenished every single power that ever has been. So everyone who was once a ranger got their powers back. So now Tommy, which now it makes sense of, oh, that's why he couldn't be in many places at once. His powers was in places at once instead of going back in time because, well, it fused into one person. And I think what happened is basically Tommy learned and his morpher changed since all the powers went into him. It changed into this master morpher, and that's where that came from. Now, sadly, when it comes to Nickelodeon and whoever filmed it, you guys are dumbasses because you didn't allow anyone else to have the master morpher. Because within the group, Cat could do it, and TJ can do it. Gia's a given, and Gia, you should have been be able to do it. Technically, Gia, she should have just been using her super mega force morpher this whole entire time. She should have been using that to go back and forth. Just saying, just saying. You already showed that, yeah, you're able to do it. You're gonna have fuzzy stuff of where it's like, there we go, super mega force, mega force. It's like, yeah, it's cool that she has a sword and a gun versus she has a claw one and a gun. So it's like, yeah, and not to mention that she could have used her cards too. So just saying, even though Super Megaforce would have been a little bit complicated, but technically, I guess she was fine being Megaforce because Megaforce is much better than Super Megaforce given there's no Ranger keys that she's able to claim or call. Yeah. Now, unless they're going to go out all out on that, which I doubt they would have even done it if they could, which they couldn't. Yeah, they had to regain the Ranger keys, which she only just has hers and the previous one. But she is able to go back and forth just using the Super Mega Force. All right, anyone else? Let's see. Anyone else? Oh, Rocky. Rocky could have done it. Yeah, Rocky could have done it too. And that's about it. That's everyone who actually could have done it. It's like Rocky's easy, Cat would have been easy, TJ would have been the one that's hard. For me, what I would tell you about TJ is that maybe you'll have, because he has shifting the turbo, they come with a key. So I would say there's two different keys. He has the turbo key, and then he has the in space key. And the in space key actually will have the mega ship on the bottom of it, like kind of like a big keychain or something. And heck, maybe the buckle for, Turbo, he's able to actually go into his buckle, the two headlights. On top of it is a keyhole. He put that key in there, turn it, he turns into in space. Yeah, there you go. It's like, yeah, you could do either way. That would have been pretty damn cool. Just saying. Just saying. It would have been pretty damn cool if you would have allowed him to do that. Now, as for the Falconzord, many people ask, what? How the Falconzord is still alive? How exactly is he able to summon the Falconzord? Very simple. Looks like when they revived all the Ranger powers, they actually were able to revive the Zords as well. So, good for you, Gosei. I guess Gosei is first to second place. I mean, yeah, technically when it came to Zordon, Zordon was able to change the Zords and was able to make one Ranger, while Ninja was able to get six Rangers, able to give them six new Zords. Gosei able to, it's like Gosei is not a dumbass anymore. It's like, wow, It's like because of what they did here, Gosei technically revived all the Ranger powers and all their Zords. Meaning everyone can summon any Zord they want now that they actually once actually had control of. Which I personally would have said it would have been cool if you would have got Gemma to have her Zord, Trent to have her Zord, and my gosh, I keep on forgetting, keep on doing this. There's one more person who actually is a flyer who's able to actually get her Zord. It's like, yeah, technically you can get Cat to actually summon her Zords. Her Zords are actually all flying ones. Mostly all of them are flying. It's like, yeah, she could have got those two, and that would have been cool. Where she actually is just standing on top of one and the other one is following suit. Well, technically, no. Yeah, because even if you revive the Zords, technically the the Thunder Zords are still one and the same of the. I don't know. That's the one that's gonna be a touchy subject. One thing that would have been cool is if the ones who actually have humanoid forms, Zords, like for instance, the Rekizu Zords, meaning that Cat and TJ could have done something with their rescue Zords. Technically, Rocky could have done something. Oh yeah, Rocky has a flying Zord too. He has Red Dragon. He could have summoned Red Dragon and kicked some ass. He could have summoned the blue Super Zeo Zord. Yeah, you could have summoned that and could have fought. So it would actually have been an awesome Zord battle if they could have actually had more money to put in there and knew what to do. It's like you guys have to put in count and stock of what Zords do they have, and it would be crazy to have Tommy to actually have Dragon Zord and the freaking Tiger Zord. So technically, it would be so massive overkill with all the Zords there. Oh my gosh, that would have been awesome. Zords and Megazords. Like, oh my gosh, that would have put the freaking episode on the map. That would have done it. And I'd even continue on. So Gia, she's useless. Sorry, but she is. Technically, she's useless. Let's see. Any other person? Oh yeah. I keep on forgetting. It was Trent. Trent has a flying Zord that could actually help. And if he's able to summon Stegazord, well, oh, yeah. Anything else? Anything else that it would be super freaking damn awesome. I think that's all the Rangers. Of course, there was 10 in all. Coda's wouldn't work because Coda just have a Triceratops. That wouldn't really help. Sorry. Let's see, anyone? Oh yeah, Antonio. Definitely Antonio could have helped. He had Clawzord. Clawzord would have helped. It's like, yeah, thanks, Antonio, you jerk back. It's like, yeah, thanks a lot, man. You have a Clawzord. It's like there's so many people who were able to summon Zords and Megazords. Many who could summon Megazords, and they could actually had a good moment. Given technically, the Megazords might actually be overwhelmed. Given Draven, yeah, given that Draven actually might be powerful. So since he's powerful enough, I bet chances are they try to use their Megazords, and it actually, instead of being overkill, it'll be more like it's kind of formidable because now they have to work as a team and figure out how they can actually fight together, which they have multiple. And personally, I would rather not even see Ninja Steel. I would not even want to see the Ninja Steel Zord, which technically would be the Blaze Zord. And it's like, oh, well, that's just great. If you put Blaze Zord in this equation, but anyways, that's exactly what happened here. Is that the Zords got revitalized because of Gosei, who actually revitalized all of the Ranger powers. So it looks like his power, yeah. So looks like Gosei actually got a freaking polishing off. It's like, yeah, you thought Gosei was a piece of trash, huh? You thought Gosei sucked. So there we go. Look at Gosei. He secretly made the Zords too. Yeah, the only messed up part would be like, oh wait, then if the Armada was in the sky and all their Zords were freaking damn fixed, why didn't Gosei tell them, hey, by the way, all y'all can summon your Zords again? It's like, wouldn't you figure he would have freaking damn told them that? It's like, when you figure you would tell them that, and technically they do have footage of Megazords going and fighting, so they could have done it in Super Mega Force. They could have done it, and then it could have actually have made even better sense instead of this surprise right here. But anyways, there we go. That is what happened. Like I said in the first one that got destroyed, I would just tell you that if they would have actually included more stuff, included more Zords, included more people who have Master Morphers, then this would actually be a very plausible theory. But right now, this theory, this idea, it's hanging by a string because only Tommy's able to do it, which technically, since they had multiple people there that could have done it, they didn't do it. I mean, yeah, TJ would have been the trickiest one of them all, but they could have done it. I already made a good reason or good way how to actually get him to do it. Just saying. And of course, he could have been crazy enough to be like, oh, well, okay, well, TJ, he does have a Ranger key, and then, yeah, the freaking buckle, he just has a Ranger key shaped keyhole, and he's able to turn it, and there you go. Just saying. That could actually work. It's either that or the idea of he's able to just go, you know, like how Zeo did. Zeo and Turbo did it too, where they didn't have their morphers, but as soon as you look, when they turn, there's the morpher. It's like that would have been cool if he would have been like, oh, it's like this axe is not powerful enough, and then there you go. Yeah, it's like he went in space. Well, he was in space, and he went It's like and it's like here's my key. There you go, turbo. And you could go. It's like it's like they could have done it that way. It's like if you want to do a cheap way out, you could have done that way. But oh well, man. I do have to admit it was a good episode. It was good. It was a good step forward. But if they put in more extra work, like I said in this video, they could have actually made it a freaking damn bombshell.